ABC News.
Now, the United States is by far the country hardest hit by coronavirus, but within it, the state of Hawaii has a relatively low number of infections with just over 600 cases. However, the economic impacts have been felt hard. The island state gets the bulk of its income from tourism, an industry devastated by the crisis. Well, Tom George is a reporter for KITV4 Island News, and he joins me now from Honolulu. Thanks very much for being with us, Tom. So we all know right around the world, Hawaii is beautiful, relies on tourism, but of course, with people not being able to travel, what are the impacts there?
Well, that's the catch-22. Aloha, thanks for having me. So basically, we have this mandatory quarantine, and the state leaders here have really had to balance the health of our island community with having tourists. Of course, as you said, we rely on tourism, and we really are the only state that has this really strict ban coming through, because basically what this originated from is the federal government can't actually ban travel. So what they did instead is they're trying to get rid of any incentive that you would have to come to Hawaii. That's why they had this mandatory 14-day quarantine. So basically what happens is, as soon as you land, they give you a form, they try and find out where you're staying, and they say you have to stay in quarantine for 14 days. And so far, what we've been seeing is it's actually been working. We've had almost, actually yesterday we had no cases in the state, only 3 new cases since yesterday. So a really low number that we've been seeing so far. But the flip side of that, as you mentioned, is the economy. We have some people that are saying, hey, this is working. We need to not keep doing this so we can kind of get things reopened again. But that's the flip side of this, is we are so reliant on tourism that the big question is people are really struggling here right now, because we have a lot of people unemployed. More than 30% have been unemployed. So this has really been an economic crisis here in Hawaii.
Yeah, Tom, I've been seeing over the last couple of days these drive-throughs, these essentially food banks where people have been donating food and people turn up in their cars to try and collect what they need.
Yeah, that's right. And we have some people that, of course, we are so reliant on tourism. We have a lot of people that work in Waikiki. They work in the resorts. They found themselves unemployed, some of them for the first time in their lives, finding themselves in these food lines. So that's really kind of the catch-22 at this point. The state is really kind of focused on increasing testing to try and ease back into the economy. But the last thing we want is to, because of course we are an island, reopen tourism and get rid of all that progress that we've been seeing so far. If we open the floodgates and let the tourists come back in, we could be back to square one. But at the same time, of course, Hawaii is one of the most expensive states to live in the country as it is. People are already living paycheck to paycheck. And then you add this into the equation, people are really struggling right now. So at the same time, you have people saying, hey, let's ease back into this and get the economy open again.
Yeah, Tom, of course, we wish you and everyone well there. Thanks very much for your time. Tom George there.